guys, how you going? Today we've got a podcast through and we've got a special guest, and he goes by the name of Seva. Seva, explain yourself a bit, talk about your life a bit.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Seva Mozhaev.
Yeah.
I come from former Soviet Union and was born just before it collapsed. People know it as Russia now, or the country that I actually am from, technically, officially now, is Kyrgyzstan, because Kyrgyzstan didn't exist before 91. It was just like a province. And I was born there, lived there till 7, and then Mum and I migrated. She met my stepdad to Australia. And then, learnt English, went through school, and then I, what else did I do? Got into footy. Did footy for a bit.
Played a lot of sports?
Yeah, played a lot of sports.
Have you ever played basketball?
I did, a little bit, but not like competitively, it was just at school.
Damn, you would have had a high advantage for sure, bro.
Yeah, no, I didn't like the hard floor, I like the grass better. But what happened then was, I grew up in Kalgoorlie for a bit.
Yeah.
Throughout high school, I was in, Kalgoorlie for the most part. And then what happened was I got picked up for the scouted for Subiaco for doing my my waffle.
Yeah.
And I was like, sick, I want to be an AFL player. And then soon after that, I was just being a labourer, all these kinds of jobs. Didn't know what I wanted to do, but footy was the focus. And then I picked up my Cert 3 and 4 in fitness, became a personal trainer, and built a business and did really well with that. And around the same time as things started to progress, I remember changing footy clubs to West Perth, starting university, because my girlfriend at the time convinced me to do uni, to do teaching. And then I also, really went all in on my personal training business and did it from home.
Okay.
And then ACL reconstruction happened. I picked up the camera, and that was the second year of university, so I had a whole year off. And then got more into photos, finished my degree, started getting relief lessons as a school teacher.
Yeah.
Got injured again from footy and thought, that's enough for me. 26, that's enough. I don't want to continue on, even though 26 is still relatively young.
That's really young, yeah.
But I'm very glad I did retire.
I feel like once you're injured, it becomes a little bit a bit more fragile each time.
Yeah.
Even my brother plays a lot of basketball. He was big in the basketball league. He used to take it really seriously. He had one big injury in his ankle, and then it just never properly healed correctly.
Yeah.
And he had surgery and everything. But then it was just it got to a point where he was like, I might have to leave that one.
It's more of a mental thing, as well.
I feel like you would definitely learn a lot from that.
But as soon as I called it quits, I had a lot of things change, like 2 big life-changing kind of moments where I did changed everything at once.
Yeah.
And then at the time I broke up with that girlfriend who convinced me to go to uni, finished off footy, and then because I started getting more relief substitute lessons, I didn't have time to be a personal trainer anymore because I didn't want to grow that business anymore. I just wanted to be a teacher. So I wrapped up that business. And then all of a sudden I had nothing except for my new degree and my profession that I was building now. So it's like a new chapter almost.
Whole new chapter.
Yeah, whole new chapter. Girlfriend of 5 years, didn't work out. And then within those 4 months between everything, I met my now wife. So that was 2017. 2017 was a big year for me. 2013 and 2017 were 2 big years.
Yeah.
And then 2020 was a big year as well, because then what happened was I wanted to go all in on my creative. I wanted to go, you know what, let's see if I can build a business out of this. I've got money, I've got, some time, I've got a safety net of a degree. Let's see what happens. And February was when I decided to, have a 12 months off. And then the fucking flu came in and everyone got sick, apparently.
Was that the COVID thing?
I don't say the word COVID, but I avoid the word COVID because fucking Spotify flags it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
so you're fucked.
Oh, shit.
But so the flu came in and I was like, shit. I just started booking clients and all this. And so, but somehow, before that all happened, I said to my school, that I had a permanency at. And I was like, guys, can I just do a couple of relief lessons still? Like, you know, just to... I honestly did miss the school. And this was before the fucking pandemic came in.
Yeah.
And they're like, can you do one class that's permanent for us? We're desperate for teachers. I'm like, fuck it, I'll do one. And it was a year 8 class, it was a maths class. The kids were cool, but they were hooligans. They didn't give a fuck. But it's a good little kind of break up in my day. And then a week later, the whole lockdown thing happened. So I secured my one class that saved me.
Yeah.
But within 3 months, I had so many bookings because of TikTok, right? Because that's what happened. In 2019, I discovered TikTok and went all in on that. I just love making videos. And then, I started to leverage that following and started telling people, hey, I'm a wedding photographer. This is what I do on weekends, even though we're in lockdown. And because people were going to go, well, they watched me and then they were like, well, I'm getting married next year. Hopefully, let's hire Sev. We've been following him on TikTok for a while. Let's hire him. He's fun. He sounds fun. Yeah. So I booked out 2021 before the end of 2020. And then around February 2021, I booked out 2022 and the start of 2023. Jeez. So I had a full 2-year sales pipeline. I think I got up to like a 2.5-year sales pipeline where I was like, I don't need to do anything. So at the end of 2020, I was like, sweet, I'm done with teaching because teaching salary is like 75 grand a year to start with. Yeah. And then every year after that, you get about $3,000 or $4,000 pay rise up until the 10th year. And then you have to kind of like get like a level 3 or something, or you can get all of that quickly depending on how much you hustle. But I hated the school system. I hate it. Yeah, it's so out of date, bro.
For the amount of work you have to do as well, and the people you have to deal with kids, you have to...
I love dealing with kids. I love dealing with kids, but you don't get paid enough, right? For it. And you're like, oh, but you do it for the love. I'm like, yeah, you do it for the love, but you need your mental health as well.
100%.
Right? So now I'm like, I thought, you know what, when I leave school, I want to be a teacher from the outside in and make a bigger impact from the outside in than I would have ever done inside out. So that's kind of my mission now. Yeah. And 2021, 2022 went really well. Doubled my school teaching salary, being a wedding photographer. And because people wanted to know how I did that, they started asking me to be their consultant for their business. Teach them TikTok, teach them social media, teach them short form content. And then all of a sudden I doubled my income again. Damn. Yeah, and more than that. So all of a sudden I'm making like fucking $400,000 in 1 year. The first year out of school, 2021, I made, I think it was $400,000 more than I did as a school teacher.
Jeez,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
And through all those experiences, did you ever like come across like a bad mental spot?
So the burnout thing was real. Like I was doing so many different things at once, and it was deja vu from back when I was in 2013 when I was started doing uni, doing my personal training, girlfriend, which is a thing in itself. You got to put effort into that, and then also footy, uni, personal training, and a girlfriend.
It was just too much. There's too much going on.
Like something had to give, and back then I didn't realize it until like years later. My footy suffered. My personal training, I mean, I could have done more with that. I dominated. I had 50,000. I made 50K as a personal trainer working out of my living room, full-time uni student.
So you're doing like online courses?
No. People coming to my house. I had 50 sessions in my house. Jeez. Like I lived in my old neighborhood. Yeah. Everyone knew who I was, so they were chill. They weren't going to like call up going, man, there's fucking drug dealings here, there's too many cars out the front or whatever. No one said anything. They were just stoked for me.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, 50K as a full-time uni student and a full-time, waffle player. Yeah. It was a challenge, but from that lesson, because a lot of those things failed, and things happen for a reason, right? Yeah. In 2021, I was like, man, I could do more with one of these. I can be a better wedding photographer if I went all in, or I could be a better social media, more so content creating consultant if I went all in.
Narrowed on one thing.
Yeah. So I made the decision in 2022 that I was going to I was just going to do 20 weddings in 2023 and then 5 weddings in 2024. And that's where I'm at right now. So I'm diluting my weddings. I don't want to completely stop it because it'd just be a waste. And I like it, especially when I get flown over east or whatever. But I really want to go all in on consulting, and because there's so many businesses out there now that I want to just go, what are you fucking doing? Yeah. It's either nothing or you're wasting money going, how are you not seeing this shit? You're paying someone $2,500 to post 4 times a month. Yeah. They're taking you for a ride, man.
Yeah, I know.
You know? So that's where I'm at now, right? And I'm still doing my weddings. I've got a wife now, which is great. Yeah. And a side note, the ex-girlfriend, she actually found someone a month, like, you know, not long after that.
Not long after.
And now I think they're married now as well. So I'm just like, that's fucking great. That makes me happy.
You were happy that she got into marriage because
I think she even had it's not like any of my business, but like people tell me shit. Yeah. And one of her cousins or something bumped into me. She's a huge fan of me on TikTok. Yeah. She's like, Sev, she had twins. I'm like, oh, cool, that's fucking sick, you know? And I was stoked. But, you know, like, we have a journey to go down. It's our own journey. Whatever happens, happens. And
exactly.
Like, I'm not there's no bad breakups. Yeah. It's all for a purpose. For both of us, but separately, right? And that's kind of how I kind of take that. And my wife now, like,
supports you.
Top tier shit. You know, like, we don't argue. Yeah. No, it's almost 6 years. We don't argue. 6 years. We do not argue. It's crazy.
Takes your mind off a lot of things.
Oh, bro, she's like, I would be coming home, and sometimes I'll be like, hey, I'm coming home a little bit later because this has happened. Yeah, she's no worries. She made me dinner. She's, you know, cleaned the house and shit. And, you know, she's feeding the dogs. You know, I come home and I do my thing. She made the house a home, and I'm helping her in my own way, which is the money way. Yeah. And she doesn't even want a career. She goes, bro, I realise that if I help you and you focus, you can double our salaries together combined, doing your thing that you fucking love, and I can raise our kids. And she wants that. Like a full-on female sort of, and I don't want to get into that sort of conversation.
That's amazing, though.
But I mean, like, you know, those fucking, everyone's like, oh, women deserve rights, equal rights and shit. But I hate saying the word but after that. However, we both realised that she'd much prefer raising our family and helping me go hunt. You know, like back in the prehistoric days, the women would stay in the caves and help with the kids, whereas the men would use all of their energy to fucking bring down the wildebeest and bring it home. Right? Yeah. Now imagine if the women back then were like, I want to come help you. I want to be equal, right? Yeah. All right, come along. What am I doing the entire time? Am I fully 100% focused on that wildebeest and bringing it down with the boys? Yeah. No. I've got a little bit of side of me going, fuck, I hope she doesn't get hurt here.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the same, like, fast forward to thousands of years later, it's the same thing. I'm like, okay, you're building your career, amazing, fantastic. She comes home, she goes, my career is fucking annoying because my boss is a piece of shit. And I'm like, okay, fair enough, that sucks. I validate your emotions and shit. Yeah. And we had that. And I was like, and it started, the same shit happened over and over and over again. I'm like, fuck, I really wish I could help you. But that's your career, you know? Like, I can't go to the boss and go, mate, stop being a cunt to my wife, right? Because I had my own shit as well.
You have your own stuff.
We would come home and I would rant and she would rant. I would vent and she would vent. And I'd just be like, fuck, well, good chats. You know, we make out, well, at least we have each other, right? Yeah. But then I had enough. And I was like, I got you, quit. She used to work at EB Games as a manager. Yeah, yeah. And her boss at the time, her state manager or something, complete dick. And I was like, just quit, and I got you. And this is around the time where I started to really fucking nail it. Yeah. And yeah, she quit. The next day she quit. I have a video of this, like on her last day. she quit and she came back. She was so happy. And I'm like, that is the fucking best.
Yeah.
I didn't tell her that she could just be the trophy wife or anything. She started trying to do psychology. She tried to do like at uni, and then she kept playing The Sims, right?
Yeah.
The Sims, but she didn't play The Sims properly. She just built the houses and furnished them. That's it. That's all she wanted to do.
Like the architecture something, yeah.
And I'm like, bro, why don't you fucking do interior design? And she's like, oh, no fucking shit. Okay, I'll try and do that.
Yeah.
And she fucking loves it. She loves it. And like full credit to her, but I helped her get a job, and she's still studying it, but she's already got a job. I introduced her to some people by chance, and then they hired her on the spot. It wasn't even meant to be a job interview, and she fucking loves it. She come home and tells me the challenges that she has about the job, that is every job does.
100%.
But she's so excited to tell me shit. Like the contrast between 5 years ago and now. Oh man, and like we still have careers. But now, more than ever, all she wants to do is do that kind of almost passively, where she's helping us raise a family. She's doing that motherly thing, you know, the motherly thing. And I'm like, bro, we're doing it right.
You guys are both just adding value on top of each other's relationships.
We're not trying to compete. We're not trying to go, hey, you're the breadwinner, you're wearing the pants, all that shit. We're just like, I know my role, and she knows her role. And we both agree, and we talk about it, and that's fucking like...
And that's how it works, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's how it works. That's
like
amazing.
My home with her is like just bliss. And when I go to work, my career, my job that I created, it's fucking bliss. And like, you got Alex Hormozi's of the world saying, the best thing you can do is find a good partner to support you. That is
100%.
like... And I see younger guys who are in their early 20s, and I'm just like, bro, you could be on top of the world, but you have someone that is dragging you along or holding you down or whipping you into this person that you don't really want to be, you know?
I feel like you have to, somewhat experience that to be able to value the position you're in now.
Exactly.
But I feel like you went through your previous experiences with your ex-wife, and that would have maybe... Ex-girlfriend molded your head around that situation, and then you would have got someone that was... that supported exactly what you wanted to do. And it's amazing that you're actually going through that, bro. That's very lucky to be able to come across a woman like that.
And that's like, I've been repeating myself in this sort of conversation with her, going, man, I need to spit this shit out soon. So here we are. But and like, with respect to the previous relationship, it's not about, oh, that relationship was bad. That relationship was great. The relationship wasn't the right relationship. Long term, it wasn't going to work. And it took me a few planets to align for me to jump through it out of a window going, no, I'm out. I can't do this, right? And I created these boxes. And these boxes that you have created don't actually become solid to you until you've lived through that shit, but you've matured emotionally a little bit more. Like, I'm still 12 at times, like a complete child. And through that time, you go, okay, this, that, and the other. I still want to be a child, but I also don't want to be told to stop being a child when I want to be a child, right? But also, when I want to do something, I don't want to be questioned why. Just let me fucking do it. Like, if you don't like it, is it going to affect you directly? You know?
Yeah.
That's the sort of shit that I see, like, guys go, bro, I want to fucking try this and this and this. Oh, no, chill. Chill, babe, chill. Like, what the fuck? And then I knew my wife was the one within, like, 3 months of meeting her. She kept telling me, she's like, live your best life. That's like her quote. Live your best life. I was like, fucking will. I want you in it, though. And then...
That's your best life.
That's my best life. And... like, one of the boxes that I give to any guy that is looking for a missus and not sure if she's the right one is, does she tell you what to do? And if she does, fucking red flag in my opinion. She can give you her opinion, going, hey bro, I don't think that this is a good idea.
Yeah.
But, fucking go for it.
That's a very good point, actually.
If it's a stern, no, I don't like this, you can't do that, that's shackles.
That's negative. That's because you're being
Flag.
told not
Yeah,
to
man.
do it. And
No.
that affects our ego
Yeah,
as
bro.
well, I'm not going to lie.
Unless, yeah, exactly.
Affects our ego.
But unless you had an agreement prior, then fair enough. But at the same time, it's just like, bro, come on. With that freezing of that Mac,
Yeah, it turns off.
gets nervous.
I get nervous, bro.
Yeah, there's a little app you can get called anti-sleep or something. There's another one called caffeine. You press it and it doesn't go to sleep at all.
And it just stays up?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You learn about the shit. Well, you're using GarageBand?
GarageBand, man.
Yeah, man.
It's that or Velocity, but this one I have found a lot
bro.
a lot more easier to use, to be honest.
Yeah, it works. It's free. I use Edition, but that's Adobe, so you have to subscribe to that. But
Yeah.
if you know what you're doing here, it's great.
I reckon it's not too bad. To be honest, it's pretty simple. I do the cuts. I do a clap every now and then if I know I want to cut around
There
that
you go.
point and stuff like that. We're chilling. But I do have a couple of questions actually, bro.
Yeah, go.
I need to whip them up.
So it's like a bit of a rant at the start.
No, but it's good. We get to know you, we understand your journey. Now we have a better understanding. And each question I ask you now will hold a lot more value for the viewers.
Yeah.
Because they know about you and what you've been through.
Exactly.
So I've got a question. So your influencer, yeah, how has mental health been a factor in this lifestyle?
So to start off with, I never wanted to be an influencer. I don't give a fuck at all. I don't give a shit about followers. I don't number of followers. Sorry. I give a shit about the people that follow me. I just don't give a shit how many there are, because it's vanity metrics, and most of the numbers, like people like make new accounts and you know. But anyway, how it's affected my mental health in the last 4 years. It hasn't impacted me in a way where I'm just like, fuck this shit. So there hasn't been a rock bottom. But there are times recently where I'm going, man, this is starting to get exhausting.
Yeah.
And especially when there's collaborations coming in and deals and clients and stuff, and that's where you naturally expand. You start to onboard people, which is what I'm doing. But man, that's also like a new journey for me. Like I never wanted to hire people.
Yeah.
I didn't do it for personal training. I did it for wedding photography a little bit. But yeah, it's just all these new elements that are coming into play, but it's part of the problem solving, right? You feel like you're burning out, you hire help. So that's what I did.
You'll be exposed to a lot of different types of people too, with the collaborations, the people coming across your content, different personalities and stuff. Do you believe your following have had an impact on your mental health? I feel like that might be a good question as well.
It has a positive impact because it gives me a purpose. It gives me like a all right, I've got eyes on me.
Yeah.
Let's make the most of it for them first, and then for me.
Yeah.
Because
you're
like
providing value both ways. They look after you and you look after them.
I mean, the value that they give me is feedback, and the feedback means that I can exponentially grow further.
Yeah.
Right? So I exponentially grow by listening to what they want, and then go, okay, what are parts of the things that they want that I like as well? You know, sometimes they go, hey, can you tell me about this? I'm like, that's a waste of time. That's not me. And then other times I'm like, oh yeah, I'll share that story. That's a good one, you know. And then that goes viral. I'm like, thank you for asking that question, you know. That because then the algorithm picked it up or whatever. But like podcasts as well. Like mentally, it gets overwhelming. It does, and it's a challenge that is fixed by just staying organized. And for the most part, I am organized, but it's organized chaos. Like, it's fucked. It is absolutely fucked. And I'm trying to navigate that journey at the moment because there's new things coming in. Like, I've just started a production company. I got like editors and photographers and videographers that I'm trying to recruit, but I'm also trying to like, you know, give them more than less, because I know that competitors give them less and they lock them in and they shackle them and shit. So I'm trying to navigate that too.
Yeah.
But man, it's like the hardest part about the whole thing is dealing with agencies, marketing agencies. It's the worst, man. Like even last week, I had 4 inquiries going, "Hey, we'd like to collaborate," and I'm like, "Okay, tell me more. Like, Where the fuck's your brief? Give me more.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we'd like to know your rates first. I'm like, how the fuck am I able to give you my rates if you don't give me what you need from me?
Exactly, yeah.
Like, then I can quote you. I can tailor it to you. Like, and then you look at their email address, right?
Yeah.
And then you stalk them. This is what I do to everyone. I stalk their name. I look at their LinkedIn, nothing. I looked at their Instagram, nothing. I look at their fucking anything, there's nothing. I'm like, who the fuck is this person? And then I figure out how old they are, and I'm like, bro, you're a fucking trainee/junior trying to negotiate with me a deal for a fucking big brand.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Bruh.
And these agencies, they're charging fucking top 5-figure sums, some even 6-figure sums, and they're getting a junior to negotiate the fucking collaboration. Are you kidding me?
Far out.
The brands don't know that. They should though, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the frustration, man. It's so bullshit. And I just read through it. I'm like, this needs to stop because brands miss out on decent work.
Yeah.
And the creators miss out on decent pay because they're getting trainees to fucking negotiate shit. There's no
They need to
transparency.
understand your value for sure.
Yeah. And there's no transparency or anything. And it's just like, for fuck's sake. Yeah. And that's that part there, that's the overwhelming part. It's like, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, do I want to deal with this shit today? Do I want to deal with this shit at all?
Yeah.
And I don't, like at times I'm like, I just want to tell everyone to fuck off.
Yeah.
But recently I had a big breakthrough. So start of the financial year, so just 2 weeks ago, I was like, you know what? Fuck collaborations, unless they're real meaningful, like directly in line with my values.
Yeah.
I'm going to just quote, I don't even care if you don't give me deliverables, so I'm just going to say it's 10 grand. Like a fuck off fee.
Yeah.
Like 10 grand. And most of them don't reply. I'm like, great. I don't have to fucking dance with you anymore.
Yeah.
You know? And what I want to push now is my stuff, my digital assets, my AI app that I'm making. And it's fucking sick, bro. Like, this thing is like, I feel so disruptive with it because I'm like, this is fucking great tool. Everyone should have it, especially a creator. It's such a good shortcut. It's a cheat code.
Yeah.
Brands can have it, and it fucks up the middleman too, because the middleman has got shitty creative. They're not creative. They're relying on creators to be creative so they can get the bag, give them their fucking minimum because they don't have management or understand any business skills. And I'm just like, enough. Let's connect the creators and the brands together, empower the brands, give more to the creators. Everybody wins. Yeah. And the middleman, the cowboy, the one that fucking isn't doing the right thing in the first place, can get fucked. And the actual agencies, the ones that do the right thing, they can actually get more of the work because it's not diluted to the shit brands or the shit agencies that take it because they're cutting in, right?
Yeah.
I mean, startup agencies that have that good integrity, great, cool. If you're in it for the right reasons, you will survive. But there's so many marketing agencies out there that just turn and burn and go, I used to run a marketing agency.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened? It wasn't for me. I'm like, it's because you know how to create.
I feel like a lot of people do it just to say they're able to do it because it's a trend on TikTok right now.
It's a trend, bro.
It's more of a trend now. It's just not like no one actually cares. They care about them getting the money.
Yeah,
and
dude,
no focus.
there's so many fucking